So yes, I unfortunately lost someone very close to me. She was struggling with mental health a lot in different ways, and she received a lot of help, including medication, but her pain was so deep that unfortunately she committed suicide. And from her loss, I've taken the pain that she was going through and all the help that we tried to give her, to speak to other young people about different options when it comes to things that you feel that are overwhelming or that are too difficult for you to get through alone. I always remind young people, everyone, that there's always help and there's always people out there that can help you while you're in the darkness. So teens struggle with mental health. While I was in high school, I also dealt with mental health when I was in high school, but one of my sometimes good qualities and sometimes not a good quality is I talk a lot. So I was able to get help, and I was a feeling that I couldn't shake, but thank God that again, in me talking and reaching out to people, I was able to get the help that I needed. And in turn, I was able to help a lot of my friends. And that's why I went into the career of serving people and helping people, because I know that we all need each other and we all need to support each other during every stage of our life, especially when we're struggling with certain things and when we're struggling with mental health. So as a parent, what I offer my kids is a listening ear, a shoulder to cry on, someone to laugh with. But I understand as a parent, sometimes kids don't want to bring more pain to their parents. So I always tell my children that there's always an adult that they can talk to. If they ever feel that they cannot come to me, to please always find an adult. I have good relationships with all the adults in their life, whether it's a teacher or coach, because I feel that that bridge will help my children. If I trust an adult, it will help them be able to trust that adult in telling them if they need someone else's help. But my direct help with them is just being there for them and letting them know that no matter what, I love them and I got their back.
I have a son. He's 12 years old. Yeah, he's somewhat aware about mental health. I have spoken to him about these sorts of things. I try to be really open with him because I believe it's better for him to know about these things instead of him just having to find out on his own.
Have you experienced a person in your family dealing with mental health issues?
Yes. Well, actually, I have my own experiences with mental health in the sense that, well, I'm not a mental health professional by any means, but I can say that the things that I went through when I was a teenager and also a young adult in my 20s, those were very significant for me. And yes, I did go through several experiences, and I also have known other people. For example, my wife, she also has issues like anxiety. Definitely, yes. I mean, I think it's probably something that's always existed. What's different is the way that people approach it. In the past, people didn't talk about it as openly as they do now. As far as I know, my son doesn't have mental health issues. But if I ever saw that he would be developing an issue like that, I would definitely try to talk with him, be supportive as much as I can. And of course, some issues you can't just resolve by talking or doing anything about it yourself. For some things you need to find a professional to help you. And if that were the case, yes, I would definitely look for help.
Mental health is a serious issue that is occurring in our community. It's something that's been ignored for many years by adults. And nowadays, we have to focus more on mental health issues to help our young adults, youngsters, understand that it's okay to talk about things if it's occurring to them, instead of keeping it in and not focusing on that. I feel that I do not know enough. There's always something you can learn. There's always something new to learn. But as a parent of a child with developmental disabilities and mental health issues, I feel that I have learned enough to be able to help out my child and have that communication that they could come to me and tell me if something is wrong, instead of not speaking and doing self-harm to themselves. So when I came here for my first parent-teacher conference, I noticed some of the high schoolers and their interaction with their parents. And sometimes you could know when a household is suffering from any type of mental health issues. It could be communication, it could be anxiety, it could be depression. And there are students that have ADHD, that are diagnosed with bipolar, are diagnosed with ADD or autism, and it's just they don't feel comfortable with communicating. So I feel that teens need to learn how to communicate. They need to learn how to speak out about how they feel in order to gain that self-confidence that they could do anything.
Hi everyone, my name is Kenneth, and I have an advice for every parent and a student out there. I think that you guys should speak up to your parents and family members, because they will always be there for you. Your family has always been your number one supporter, and it will always love you. It does not matter if the conversation starts being awkward, but as long as it's for your well-being and how you are, they will always love you and they will always listen to you. Just speak up to your family, stay around them, and yeah.